Hey there guys! This is Geeky Doll Girl and here is the second in my Avengers Lolita dress series, and this time it's an Iron Man dress. This one was a little more complicated than the Captain America dress to put together because this is the first attempt at trying out the pattern, but I really like how it turned out and I hope you do too. So here we've got all our pattern pieces cut out, and here's my little sketch of what I wanted it to look like. The pieces here are the ones we'll be working on today, and these other pieces are for the detachable sleeves and the jacket, which we'll be looking at in another episode. Here are our bodice pieces, and here's Hayden, who'll be modelling for us today. So with a fine sewing needle and some red thread, I'm taking the front panel and one of the side panels, putting them together right side to right side, and I'm going to do a running stitch all the way up. And with bodices, I like to do a double row so that it's nice and strong and it won't fray. Quick check to see how it fits. And now do the same for the other side. And now we'll attach the side back panels. Check to see that it fits nice and smooth. And later we'll be doing up the back with a lace-up back. And random lighting change, because I brought all my stuff to school and filmed the rest of the video in classroom, because I was running out of time. And first thing we're going to do here is the skirt. Here you can see I've just cut out a long rectangle of fabric. It can be any length and width you like. I basically made a circle with my measuring tape that was the size I wanted for the bottom of the skirt, and for the length I measured from the doll's waist to just below her knees and added some seam allowance. Now I'm going to fold up the hemline and give it a press, then we'll be using some bonder web to make an invisible hem. Because the fabric is technically Avengers fabric rather than Iron Man, I cut out a bunch of Iron Man panels like this, which I'm going to arrange on the fronts of it. I left about ½ centimeter-ish of seam allowance and folded and pressed them like this. Now I'm going to position them where I want and edge stitch them all the way around on the sewing machine. Then I went a little crazy and sewed some foil jersey triangles in between the panels, which looked great, but sewing wasn't the best idea because it's so slippery it just bubbled and twisted. So if you're going to do this, I'd recommend using bonder web on baking paper next time. Now back to the bodice. I'm going to make the lace up back. So first I'm sewing a piece of interfacing to the back like this, with the glue side to the back. That's going to be folded over and sewed along the side seam. But before we do that, it's time for some loops to lace it up with. I made about 5 of these on each side, and they're pretty easy to make, as you'll see in a minute. This is what it looks like when it's been turned over and sewn up. So now for the loops. First I'm taking some red thread and making a little loop like this in the size that you want. Then I'm coming up in the same place where we started the loop, and with the needle I'm wrapping the thread around and around the loop to make it thicker. I can usually get it through about 4 or 5 times before it starts to get tangled up. Finish it with a little knot underneath, and simply repeat these steps, keeping the loops as close together as you like until you've got the amount you want. Then I laced up the back with some very fine shirring elastic, which works a lot better than ribbon, I've discovered, because it stretches and fits nicely. Back to the skirt, I hand gathered the top into lots of tiny pleats and sewed up the back, leaving about an inch up the top to fasten it. And here's what we've got so far. I've gone over everything and snipped any loose threads and cleaned up any fray edges with some glue. Here are the sleeves done. They're basically just 2 rectangular tubes. And I also altered the top of the bodice because it wasn't quite fitting properly just straight. And here are some skirt panels that I made just without a pattern. I cut 2 small rectangles of gold and sewed them onto a larger rectangle of red, then bonded some more gold onto the back of them, and edge stitched some yellow thread all the way around. And then I'm going to attach them to the side of the bodice like this. So this is the outfit so far, and I didn't film it, but I did paint some gold spikes on her bodice to make it look more like Iron Man's armour. And I think that's basically it for the dress. Hope you enjoyed the video, and the next video in the series will be how to make the Iron Man jacket. Hope you liked it. Bye!